What up, MetaZoo Maniacs? Today's July 29, 2024, and the bidding on MetaZoo is closed. I don't have any details on that, but I'm sure we're going to find out about the top 5 bidders eventually and see what happens. So, in my last video, I was talking about Chromie's Cryptic Carnival and cards like this, where it's number 5 out of 3, Chromie My Melody. But then there's also this card from regular Chromie Cryptic Carnival booster boxes, number 5 out of 103. And then I was saying that you can't pull this out of regular boxes because pink boxes have a different card for number 5 out of 103. But I was wrong, because that card does exist. It's just number 6 out of 103. So my question is, which cards got the bump out of which set? You know what I mean? Because if this card is now number 6 in the pink box, but the set's still out of 103, there must be some cards that got the bump somewhere in the set. So I don't know if anyone has an answer to that. So yeah, literally the exact same card, only this one, if it comes out of a pink box, it's number 6 out of 103. If it comes out of a regular Cryptic Carnival, or Chromie Cryptic Carnival booster box, it's number 5 out of 103. They're in both sets, but they have a different number depending which box they came out of. Speaking of Chromie's Cryptic Carnival, this is a promo card you can only get from the 3-pack blister. It's probably the most sought after promo card, right? Chromie and Chibi Mothman. PSA 10 only sold for $6.50. Next we have Wendigo to Arms from the WPT poker set, the promo cards. PSA 10 sold for only $12.69. Here's a nice card at a cheap price. Loveland Frogman, Chibi Loveland Frogman. PSA 10, only $19.50. Sam Sinclair, first edition, not Kickstarter or anything. Somehow sold for $47.88. Loveland Frogman, PSA 10, first edition, not Kickstarter, full holo, $94.88. Then the Grim Reaper, PSA 10, $63. And the biggest mystery of them all, the Wendigo, PSA 10, $152.50. The only reason that I could think of to this point in time is maybe it's because it's an error label, right? I think that'd be silly to pay so much more for an error label. But it should say Wendigo Hollow up here, but it doesn't. It just says Wendigo. So in the PSA Pop report, it says there's only like 24 of these or something, like some ridiculously low number. Meanwhile, there's well over 400. So, because if you type in that certification number right there, it's going to say there's like 20 something of these that exist, but there's actually over 400. It's just that they labeled it wrong. Here's an absolute steal of a deal in the future anyways. 4 Nightfall booster boxes, $120. Psh, steal of a deal. Here's a card you don't see often. It's just the first edition Alpha Iceman. I believe that's from one of the theme decks for Crypto Nation. PSA 10 sold for $40. Here we have a Kickstarter Sam Sinclair Raw, sold for $16.50. Silver Bullet Kickstarter, $17.50 Raw. First edition Full Holo Mothman, not Kickstarter, Raw, $36.69. And I'm going to tell a little story with this card right here. Right when I got into MetaZoo a long time ago, I had a Full Holo Mothman Raw and a Reverse Holo Mothman Raw. And I sold both of them. I'm not even joking. Both of them in raw condition, and they're only first edition, not Kickstarter, for $650 Canadian, so well over $500 American. Loveland Mailman, PSA 9, $15. Here we have a doodled and autographed Full Holo Mothman, first edition, $42.36. Always interesting to see sales of this card, so Full Holo Mothman once again. First edition, not Kickstarter, PSA 10, $111.69. Here's an interesting one. So for $185 American, there's 4 PSA 10 cards. They're all full holo, but they're just first edition, not Kickstarter. So Loveland Frogman, Bigfoot, Flatwood Monster, and Tizaruk. I'm honestly surprised it's sold for that much. That's actually, I mean, you have to throw in a Mothman too, but impressive. Here we have from Nightfall, we got Hell's Gate, full holo, PSA 10, $26. Injured Cold, full holo, PSA 10 from Nightfall, $26. This is very impressive. It's a second edition Flatwoods Monster full holo, PSA 10. Sold for $50 Canadian, so $36.33 American. That's crazy. Here's an interesting one. All the X Factors, the complete 150 card set of all the X Factors from Topps Chrome, $175 American. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a good or a bad deal. It's hard to get all the X-Fractors, so I guarantee they spent a lot more than $175 collecting all those, so interesting. Here we have it, buy it now, $40 for the Bigfoot from Black Friday promos. Very cool. 100% love that artwork. Here's the original promo card, My Melody, $26 only. Here's some interesting sales. I'll never understand the concept of grading packs, and especially buying graded packs that aren't at least a PSA 10. But we have Babe the Blue Ox, first edition. It's not even Kickstarter, it's just first edition. $21.50. PSA 8 Mothman, first edition. It's not it's not Kickstarter. $22.47. I mean, is there maybe a secret market for grading packs? Should I buy a first edition box and grade all the packs? Because I mean, a PSA 8 sold for $22. A box is how much? Just over $100, maybe $100, and you get 36 packs, 9 Mothman packs, and it's only graded a PSA 8. And then a PSA 9 Piazza-Bear, $28.97. You know what? Let's see the PSA Pop report for this. Okay, so here's the PSA population report. So there's 80 packs that were sent in, right? Cryptonation foil pack. And let's check it out. So there's 11 that got a PSA 10. Let's see what the most popular pack is. I'm gonna guess Mothman. So first edition Kickstarter Mothman has 6 PSA 10s, 6 PSA 9s. Okay, there are no PSA 10s for first edition Piazza Bird. Mothman for first edition, but like, I don't know. Just for myself, I'm just like, who cares? I mean, a pack's a pack. I'll never grade a box of cereal, you know what I mean? I know people grade their Funkos, but to me, packaging isn't meant to be pristine. It's just meant to protect the product on the inside, right? Next, we have a few options from Australia. So we have Fulgurite Fusion Aura. PSA 10 sold for $34.73 American. Next we have, well, it sold for $30.60. Sorry, $30.80. PSA 10, let's see if I can pronounce this. Tishokanoya? No, that can't be right. Tishone. I probably butchered that. Anyways, that's a card I've never seen because I've never actually opened up Native before. Here's a cool card. Skookum. PSA 10 sold for $14.75. So not very much, but pretty cool card. Next we have Atabi PSA 8 sold for $3.28. I'm not sure why I put this in the list, but that's cool. Oh, now I know why I put it in the list, because there's a PSA 10 that sold for $30.15. So Atabi PSA 10, $30. PSA 8 sold for about $3. Hey, Bloodlust. $201.50 sample PSA 9. Not bad at all. Look at this Bigfoot print from Poncho. Crazy. It's got its seal of approval. Authenticated 14 out of 28. Pretty cool stuff. Never seen this before. Sold for $63. Whoops. And 99 cents. 64 bucks. Pretty cool. Here we have a huge lot of MetaZoo stuff. Sealed stuff. $71.01. I think it was pretty good. You get a box of Chromie Cryptid Carnival. You get the 24 blisters sealed, and you get a bunch of other stuff, but not bad. Basically because of this right here. That I'd say that was a really good deal. Oh, look at this. Playtester selling for more than sample cards. Then again, it is a PSA 10. So sample Men in Black, $208.50. Actually, I shouldn't say it's selling for more than sample cards. If that was a PSA 10 sample Men in Black, it'd be selling for probably triple to quadruple that. Next, we have a whole bunch of first edition box toppers. So if you open up a first edition box and you don't pull red ink, you're going to pull one of these, and these are how much they're selling for recently. So we got a Frost Aura, sold for $11. This is the box topper from if you open up a first edition Cryptonation box, so it's sold for $17. Is it just me, or is this not the most common box topper? Like when I've opened up first edition booster boxes, Earth Aura just seems to be what I pull almost every time. So I'm not even surprised it sold for only $7.50. Light Aura sold for $14. Hey, this is gonna be like a trophy when I get it. I actually bought this in Canada. Sold for $1 Canadian. I don't know why it sold for only $1. It didn't look that bad, but one day I will get this graded specifically because I bought it for $1 Canadian, $72 cents American, and I just can't believe it sold for that cheap. No one else bid on it. I don't know what happened, but very happy about that. Here we have a UFO playtester, Foo Fighters Full Hollow, $17.19. Here we have Babe the Blue Ox from HeroQuest, $18.50. Hey, and M2P2 promo. You don't see that too often. So it's a saber-tooth tiger, sold for $10. Let's take a look at that. I don't know if I've seen this card before. That's pretty cool. Here we have Lake Worth Monster from the M2P2. Only $8.50. Pretty cool. Oh, fun fact. Lake Worth Monster, you know the guy that, I believe his name is Chris, that created the online game, the Cryptid Clash? The very first pack he ever opened in MetaZoo, he pulled a Lake Worth Monster in first edition Cryptid Nation. So not this card, but, so that's a fun fact. Here we have Caster's Cup with the player stamp on it. Cumberland Space Dragon, what am I saying? Cumberland Spaceman, full holo, $46. That's a pretty penny for a raw card. And I know a lot of people when this first came out, Cumberland Spaceman, they always wanted to say Cucumber. Are you one of those people that would say Cucumber Spaceman when you just glanced at the name? Oh, and it's autographed by Poncho. Sorry, that's why I went for $46. And it's got the player stamp. And it's got the Caster Cup logo on it. This is a steal of a deal. I can't wait for like 2-3 years from now when someone looks back on these videos and it's like Nightfall Mothman. Yes, there's a lot of them graded as PSA 10, but was selling for only $18.50 on July 28, 2024. That's insane. Here's two cool cards. So we got Token Potion Playtester, sold for 99 cents. And you're probably wondering, well, what's so cool about that? I'll show you what's so cool about it. Boom! It's the sample card for Aura Potion, sold for $131.50. I have never seen the sample card before. I mean, unless you go on MetaZoo HQ, maybe they'll have a picture on there, but in auctions, I've never seen that, so Aura Potion. Next, we have a few auctions from MetaZoo Topps Chrome. So we got a Cryptid Camera of Adam Ackler, Green Refractor, serialized out of 99, sold for $4.25. The Rainbow Wizard, he's actually really powerful in the lore. I mean, I don't know much about him, but this character is supposed to be pretty damn crazy. As a Green Refractor for Cryptid Camera, he sold for $6. Ben B, the only way you can collect Ben B is from Topps Chrome. And as a Cryptid Camera Green Refractor, out of 99, sold for $2.25. Snallygaster Green Refractor out of 99, Cryptid Camera, sold for $8.50. Medium's Third Eye Green Refractor Cryptid Camera, $8.50. Chessie Green Refractor, 17 out of 99, sold for $3.25. Killer Clown serialized 40 out of 99, Green Refractor, sold for $3.25. Here's a cool card. The Battles, Tizaruk versus Quetzalcoatlus, serialized out of 99, Green Refractor, Topps Chrome, only $2.25. This is an absolute steal of a deal. This artwork, 100% awesome. Let's zoom right on in. Right? There's Tizaruk just fucking going crazy on Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus doesn't even seem worried about it. This reminds me of the Egyptian gods from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just battling it out. This would be Ra right here. It looks more like Ra. And this would be Slyther, the Sky Dragon, just blowing it. But yeah, anyways, only $2.25. Very good pickup. Here we have Old Green Eyes, Topps Chrome, Green Refractor, serialized out of 99, $5.50. Death Beam PSA 8, Green Refractor, serialized out of 99, Cryptid Camera, only $6. PSA 9, the alternate art for Sinkhole Sam. Actually, all the Cryptid Cameras are the alternate art. PSA 9, $2.25. Here we have Blood Ruby, serialized 6 out of 25, Orange Refractor, Cryptid Camera, $29.69. Here we have Walking Sam, Cryptid Camera, 20 out of 50, Gold Refractor, Cryptid Camera, $15.50. Next we have a playtester. So it says there's only 70 copies made. Shauna Hook, full holo, $43. That's pretty impressive. Here's a cool auction. Over 2 pounds of MetaZoo coins, sold for $29. I mean, that is one unique auction. Here we have the Stash Loot exclusive Phantom Car promo. This used to be worth a lot more. Pretty cool, only $4.25. Here we have a Hodai Cryptid Camera, serialized out of 25, the Orange Refractor, CGC 9.5, sold for $40. Here we have Contracted, number 11 out of 25, the Orange Refractor, sold for $31. Rainbow Wizard Cryptid Camera, serialized out of 50, sold for $9.50. Another Rainbow Wizard, serialized out of 50, the exact same card, only it's graded PSA 9, sold for $10.50. Here we have the Loveland Frogman Raw, the Revive promo card. You can't redeem it or anything, just the promo, sold for $20. Here we have the Lizard Man of Skateboard Swamp, Cryptic camera serialized out of 50, $12.50. Here's a banger. Fan meter visitor, playtester, full hollow, 52 bucks. 100% good deal. You get the first edition, second, third, and fourth. The original comic books. I mean, they're going to be all second and, well, this will be second edition, then first. I think. Let's zoom in. Oh, my bad. So second edition, first. $12.50. Hey, if you want to learn about the lore of MetaZoo, that's a steal of a deal. Hey, one of my favorite Mothman cards, as you already know. Raw, sold for $11.19. Hey, we had a Mothman rug, sold from the Dim Moth collection. There's only 200 of them. It sold for $90. Next, we had a Hello Kitty PSA 10, the very first promo, the Hello Kitty collaboration with MetaZoo. Sold for $300 American. Here we have the Double Die Mothman token, serialized out of 100. Sold for $275 American. Holy moly. So this must be like the top notch, the best NFT token card to get. Here's a nice card. Playtester Dragon of Oconto Falls, AGS 9.5. Population 1, sold for $85 American. And check out this crazy one, Houston Batman. Definitely not one of the most popular UFO cards to collect as a full hollow. It's really cool though, but I mean, it's not one of the most popular ones. As a playtester though, in auction it sold for $60. Houston Batman, even outranking Mr. Van Meter Visitor over here. That's crazy. Houston Batman, $60 for a playtester. Van Meter Visitor, $50. Men in Black, $75.69. I'm surprised Houston Batman went for that much. But then the king is down here. UFO playtester, full hollow Flatwoods Monster, $118.50. Oh, and let's not forget about Iowa Dragon, $76 for the playtester, full hollow. And then down here we have Iowa Dragon playtester, full hollow PSA 10 for $130.25. Here's a nice one, Grim Reaper PSA 10, sold for $300, but it's got the Collecticon stamp on it. Population 1. So in case you don't know what a Collecticon stamp is, you have regular Grim Reaper full hollow PSA 10. The Collecticon stamp is right down here. Crazy. Hey, I haven't seen this card in a while. From the Magic Cast April Fool's set, the card called April Fools. Sold for $25 as a PSA 10. Let's just take a look at this card in case some people haven't seen it. Pretty cool. No one likes anyone in this picture anymore. Well, do we like anyone in this picture? So, oh no, Texas Ted's in here. So Texas Ted is the only April Fool that I think anyone likes anymore. Correct me, comment below, if nothing else. Does the MetaZoo community like anyone in this picture except for Texas Ted? You want to see some crazy shit? Take a look at this. So Nightfall Playtester, 1 to go, PSA 10, with one of the craziest autographs and doodles ever. So best offer was accepted for $210 American. And let's see if we can see this card. I had it in a different video, but yeah, there we go. Absolutely insane. That is a beautiful card. And here's another crazy doodle. It's called Reaper's Crown from Seance, sold for $50. I mean, these are crazy doodles. That Grim, yeah, the Wendigo is crazy, and this Grim Reaper, I mean, holy moly. So on July 22nd, we had a blue ink sell for $443.88 American, 29 bids in auction, PSA 9. And then a blue ink PSA 8 for best offer sold for $425 American. And since we're looking at blue ink, let's go check out the PSA population report for fun. So for blue ink, there's been 53 sent in. 2 of them are PSA 10, and 38 are PSA 9, 5 are PSA 8, sorry, 10 are PSA 8, 2 are PSA 7, and 1's PSA 6. I wouldn't care if I had a PSA 1. Having a blue or red ink would be crazy. And then for red inks, there's 47 that have been sent in the PSA. 19 are PSA 10, 11 PSA 9, 5 PSA 8, 6 PSA 6, 5 PSA 5, 1 PSA 4. But hey, even a PSA 4 red ink would be absolutely epic to own. And what happened here? If anyone knows anything about this auction, I mean, I'm sure you're looking at it right now too and thinking, what? A raw Quetzalcoatlus Kickstarter sold for $207.50 in auction. How is that possible? And the reason I say that, because that was July 28th, there was another one that sold for $30 on eBay. The exact same card. I don't know what was so special about this one that sold for $207.50. July 14th, PSA 10 sold for $77.20. But raw, what, 2 weeks later? Yeah, exactly 2 weeks later. Sold for $207.50. So every now and then, there's some weird auctions I notice every week where there's just prices on cards that make no sense. So if anyone's bought these or sold these, if they have any explanation, it'd be cool to see that in the comments. But yeah, that makes zero sense. And the last auction of the week, July 24th, there was a third place medal. It says third, and so maybe they meant like second, but third place medal, sealed, tournament trophy prize card 2021, sold for $500 American. I don't know much about this card, but holy crap, we better look at it. But you know what's even more interesting is the text in the bottom of the card. Third place ain't bad at all. You might not be able to pawn this off to pay for MetaZoo pre-orders, but it's still shiny. What? Look at that. Is that not the most interesting text ever? Back from 2021 ever? At least I find it interesting. You might not be able to pawn this off to pay for MetaZoo pre-orders, but it's still shiny. I think they made quite a bit of money off this. This is 2024 and they just sold this for $500. Who knows, like, how much was this worth back in 2021? If it's worth $500 now, I would assume it was worth a lot more back then. So, zoom right in on that. Pretty crazy. You know what? To end the video, we'll just have that text in there too. Yeah, to end this video, we'll have the card nice and centered. Anyways, comment below, let me know what you think. If you want to go back, which April Fool's character do people still like in MetaZoo? I think just Texas Ted. This card, that's absolutely crazy. And yeah, what do you think is going to happen with MetaZoo bankruptcy? I'm sure everyone's got their letters. I'm sure I have one in the mailbox right now that I just don't know about yet. And yeah, I guess comment below and let me know what you think about anything MetaZoo related, and we'll see you in the next video.